Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Prayatna Sadhakaha. In the second sutra, we were told that unless we are intensely longing for the truth to the exclusion of everything, there is no possibility of attainment of merging in the absolute. Therefore, unless we are clear about exactly what is the spiritual practice, is the spiritual practice solving the problems of the world? Are we having a utilitarian approach? What we will get if we do this? Utility keeps us in the relative world. In the absolute, there is no utility. These are the points which keep us in the wrong track. When we practice spiritual life, we imagine we are going to get something. We are not going to get anything. On the contrary, it's a total loss. See, if we imagine that if I do meditation, my back pain will go. No, it will become more intense. This is not going to happen. Therefore, those who have this approach, that spiritual life means getting the benefits, there are no doles on the spiritual path. Now, what happens? Uchchara. Uchchara is the mind becomes more and more self-oriented. And when the mind becomes more and more self-oriented, all the attractions of the world are just dropped. None of them ever attract our mind. Up to here we have seen such a yogi has a tremendous will to withdraw within. One is our willpower, which is invoked through yoga abhyas, which is invoked by the techniques such as Trataka, wherein we become extremely concentrating. See, we become concentrated on something else, and the effect will be there. But when we are talking about spiritual life, mind becomes self-oriented, and as the mind becomes self-oriented, it starts slowly dissolving. And when the mind dissolves, the world loses its value and importance in our life. This is called as our will is dissolved in the divine will. This is what happens in the spiritual path. We have no will. Te vile anante taishechi rahave, jehi vidhi rakhe ram, tehi vidhi rahiye. Our will is zero. We have no complaints, nothing to achieve, nothing to lose. This state of effortlessness, Patanjali calls this as santosha. Santosha is contentment. And the effect of this contentment in Patanjali's darshan is shown as santoshat anuttama sukhalavaha. Anuttama, unparalleled. Sukhalavaha, experience of bliss. Unparalleled bliss is the result of total contentment. When we are fully content, there is no demand, there is no complaint, there is no achievement, there is no holding on to anything. Uchchar, this is what happens when we understand the meaning of the mantra and prayatna sadhakaha. These two we have seen. Now the third sutra tells us Vidya Sharira Satta Mantra Rahasyam. See, Idruka Sadhaka Sadhyasya Mantrasya Purva Upekshiptam Viryam Lakshayati. Now, what was said in the earlier last sutra of the last chapter, that the mantra virya, anubhava, the experience of the potency of the mantra is experience. What is that? Vidya Sharira Satta Mantra Rahasyam. Now, Vidya means what? It's a very simple thing. All that Vidya Para Advaya Pratha. In Mundukopanishad a mantra comes. Kathandu Bhago Vidyate Sarvamidam Vidyatam Bhavati iti. The student asked this question. Oh teacher, what is that one knowing which everything becomes known? And in reply to this question, the teacher says, Dve vidye veditavve iti parachaiva paracha tatra apara Rugveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, Atharvaveda, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarnam, Niruktam, Chandam, Jyotishamiti Atha para yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. There are two types of vidyas or knowledges. One is the apara vidya, second is the para vidya. Apara vidya or the lower vidya is that which deals with the relativity. And what is that? Rugveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, then Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarnam, Niruktam, Chandam, Jyotishamiti. This is the relative world. In the relative world, there cannot be absolute happiness. There can be only relative happiness. See? And what is the para vidya? This is what is meant here. Vidya. Para Advaya Pratha. Para vidya is that yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate, that by which one is able to adhigama is recognition. Adhigamyate, that knowledge or that experience by which one is established in the non-dual self. Wherever there is duality, this is the basic fundamental thing, please recognize this. Wherever there is acceptance of duality, the following things are bound to happen. Number one, desire. Number two, anger. Number three, greed. Number four, blessing. Number five, cursing. See? You must have read in many of the Puranic stories it comes. Such and such Mahatma went to such and such place, and then he was not received properly, and he cursed. See? Because duality is valid. Now take your own personal experience, don't go to Purana. When your own tongue is bitten by your own tongue, rather own teeth, your tongue is bitten by your own teeth, immediately the tongue will pass a resolution. Evening somebody is going to the dentist and you will be uprooted. No. And when the tongue goes between the two teeth and digs and takes out what was troubling, thank you darling, you are always helpful. No. Because there is no sense of otherness. See friends. And therefore when the sense of otherness disappears, there cannot be either blessing or cursing. Then what it could be? Only love. Love is possible for both, with the self and with the not self. And when the non-dual experience is established, such a person can have only love for the whole world. Atma upammena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va jadi va dukkham sa yogi paramo mataha. He is the supreme yogi. He who is able to recognize the whole world as his own being. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmanne vanupashyati sarva bhutastham tato na vijugupsate. When we are able to recognize the whole world as our own being and ourselves reflected in the whole world, tato na vijugupsate, there cannot be any hatred. Vijugupsa is gruna, hatred. See, friends. And Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Atha udaram, not Brihadaranyaka, Taittiriya Upanishad. Atha udaram antaram kurute atha tasya bhayam gato bhavati. If there is a little sense of otherness, fear, anger, desire, greed is bound to be there. Therefore, Vidya very clearly means only the non-dual reality. Therefore, in Vedanta Shastra, there is no kind of obsession about a particular God. Any God is perfectly okay. No obsession. The other day I was in Gujarat, and when I was going back to some temple, they told Swami, this is a good ashram, we should go. So I went. And then there were many students. So they came and started shouting, hey, come, 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 that Swami has come, that Mojbe Raho Swami has come, let us see. So TV Desi, I went there. And then I was doing namaskar to the God and all that. So he said, which is your sampradaya? You are also Krishna sampradaya. I said, no, I am not. You are not Krishna sampradaya? Immediately distance. Then I said, I am Radha Krishna sampradaya. Oh, see the fun. Therefore, this obsession about anything clearly demarcates duality as the foundation of life. See, friends. Therefore, Vidya here very clearly means Vidya Para, Advaya Pradha, where there is no possibility of duality. And therefore, if you studied and heard Vedanta in depth, you will never come across too much importance to the topics such as last life, this life, next life, Papa, Punya, going to heaven, going to hell, this loka, that loka, Brahma loka, Narak loka, Varun loka, Siddha loka, none. See? Because Ajopi san navayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhavami atmamayaya. When ajaha api, although unborn, I dramatize as if I am born, like a character is born on the stage without birth. See, friends. Therefore, these topics, Papa, Punya, Dharma, Adharma, going to hell, going to heaven, Dana, this is required, but only KG1, KG2. After we have become quintals, we can't continue with the same throughout life. See, like in our schools we have studied 2 plus 2. I know, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the child, how he feels. One day I was talking to a child. I said, hey, do you know ABCD? I said, I know A, K, T, B, C, M, P. We started laughing. Why are you laughing? I know only this much. Do you know all the things? Yes, I know. And with a great speed, she wanted to show how much she knows. ABCD objection. For that child, that remembering the A to Z perfectly is a great achievement. And if somebody is studying for doctorate in English literature, And says, I know ABCD. Will it look good? See, friends, we have to graduate. Kathopanishad. When Nachiket goes to his Guru, the Lord Death, he is very clear. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, anyatra asmat kruta krutat, anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha, yat tat pashyasi tadvada. O teacher, enough of this dharma dharma. Enough. Then kruta krutat, enough of cause and effect. Third, bhutacha bhavyacha, enough of the past and the future. I have a very good friend of mine. He is a great yogi and very nice person. So, and he has got many siddhis. So he, from 1st of January to the 7th of January, every year my lecture is followed by his lecture in Bombay. So, after my lecture is over, then I will go and do namaskar to him, sit with him. And he told me once, Swamiji, I can know anybody's last 7 lives. He told his. I was there in that life, I was there, and the 7th life I was a parrot. This is how he told me. He said, I can tell yours also, unless you want it. I said, all lives are mine. What will you tell? Which is not my life? You Vedantis are very useless. See, friends, nobody has an experience of birth. Nobody has an experience of death. Nobody has an experience of growth. And yet we accept it. महापाप 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 कृष्णा 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 माफ कर देना इनको नायमात्मा बलहीनेन लभ्यः. The truth is not for the weaklings. See? So Paravidya is that which does not talk about your past, your present or your future, doesn't send you to hell or heaven. See? That Akshara Vidya, where there is total denial of otherness, Para Advaya Pradha, Shariram Swarupam. So, Vidya Sharira Satta. Sharira means what? Swarupa. What is the essence of the knowledge? Essence of the knowledge is establishment of the non-duality and not supporting the differences. That which will support differences is created, is artificial, cannot be real. See, sounds are many. They are created. They remain for some time and they disappear. Silence is not created. It is infinite. It cannot be destroyed. See, friends, this is with reference to sound, with reference to form. Forms are many. They are created, they remain, and they are destroyed. Formlessness is neither created nor destroyed. Forms are limited and many. Formlessness is infinite and one without a second. And what is the world? These two parameters. Nama Rupatmakam Jagat. World is nothing but names and forms. In the deep sleep, we have no form. In deep sleep, we have no name. Therefore, no samsara. See? And we are all different on account of the forms. Somebody is tall, somebody is short, somebody is wide, somebody is thin. Somebody is man, somebody is woman. But as life, we are one. See, friends, the journey is from the multitude to the unity. Therefore, when we give attention to the individual bodies, we are talking about many. Like here you look at, there are half a dozen tube lights. I am talking about them. We should be specific, is it? No? There are half a dozen tube lights. But the light is one. Lights are not many. So when our attention is on the light, we will not bother about the number of tube lights. And behind the lights, there is but one electrical energy, not many. In the same manner, because of the body's multiplicity appears, but the life is one. And the expressions of life are also common. See, in Tripura Rahasya we have seen Hemaleka telling her husband, Hema Jude, that the hunger of a rich man and hunger of a poor man is same. The hunger of a human being and hunger of an animal is the same. The satisfaction gained by a Bengali after eating Rasgulla and satisfaction gained by a peacock after eating a snake is same. No difference. Because the principle of life is same. It is not different. Thus, when we are able to perceive one common factor that alone is expressing through the multitude becomes secondary. And what is expressing, that becomes primary. 13th chapter, 2nd verse. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Hey Arjun, come to recognize that there is but one reality expressing in and through the totality. The differences are on account of the gadgets which are fixed. If the gadget is a tube light, light will come. If the gadget is a fan, movement will come. If the gadget is yourself, realization will come. And after you get that realization, can you explain what experience you had? Mummy, that day you got a shock, you fell down, how it was? Oh, it was very nice, try. See, friends, but all our life is based only on differences. Therefore, Vidya Sharira, the essence of knowledge is establishment of this non-dual reality. And when this happens, all obsessions disappear. Zero obsessions. Like, when we go to so many places, different people, with everybody we fit, we have no problem. See, do you do Ekadashi, Swamiji? No, you don't do Ekadashi. But you say Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Then I said, mine is not Vaishnava Krishna. Oh, there are different Krishnas. Those who are following Vaishnava Krishna, they will do the Ekadashi. Then what do you do? Panchadashi. See? These kinds of obsessions are valid when we are caught up in small little things. See? That day I received one very good email. Pin drop silence. A dozen of them were there, only one I remember because it was first. This Savarkar, you must have heard the name. Veer Savarkar, he came from the Andaman Nicobar Islands after having gone 14 years of imprisonment during the British rule. And when India was liberated, he came to the mainland and he was moving around the country and talking to different people. He went to Bengaluru. And when he went to Bengaluru, there he started his talk in Hindi. And all the Bengaluru people, we want in Kannada, we want in Kannada, no Hindi, we want in Kannada, started. So he said, wait a minute, for 2 minutes at least, listen to me. Then he said, for 14 years I was in the prison. In my cell, there were people like me who were from Bengal. In those 14 years, I have mastered Bengali. There were people from North, I have mastered Hindi. There were people from Gujarat, I have mastered Gujarati. There was none from Karnataka. How can I learn Kannada? Silence. See, how much obsession. We are all divided on this count. See, friend, that obsession must disappear. Then it is Vidya Shariram. So, Vidya Sharira Satta. So, Tasya Ya Satta. Ashesha Vishwa Abheda Maya Purna Aham Vimarshanam Atma Spuratta. Sa Mantranam Rahasyam Upanishad. Yaduktam Sri Tantra Sadbhave. सर्वे वरुणात्मका मंत्राः ते च सक्तात्मका प्रिये शक्तिस्तु मातृका ज्ञेया सा च ज्ञेया शिवात्मिका. So all the words which are used for the mantra, each and every word is associated with the same absolute reality. Without the presence of the divine manifesting two things. Divinity is present equally in the live and the dead person. But when the divinity becomes enlivened, manifest, then whatever word comes, that word is possible only because it is supported by the conscious presence. Therefore, all the words, whatever may be the word, it has the mantra shakti. Every word. There was a great master, because of whose blessing G.D. Birla became G.D. Birla. He was living in Chidawa in Rajasthan. And this Mahatma told this Birlaji, go to the eastern side, you will rule the whole world. So Birlaji, G.D. Birla started. After going some distance, he came back because he saw one cobra. On the top of him was sitting a silver sparrow, very rare thing. Like that 5 hooded snake throughout the world, it has been circulated. So like that, very rare. So he came back. This is what happened on my way, so I came back. He said, you are a fool of the highest order. You should not have come back. Now also go, don't come back. And because of that, G.D. Birla thereafter, now also, because of his blessing, things are continuing. So his mantra, I go there whenever I go to Pilani, his mantra is very peculiar. He was Ganesh Shastri, something like that. But he was called Dede Maharaj. His mantra was Da, 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 Da. You can imagine? Everywhere in his samadhi, people have written Da. That's all. When somebody talks to him, he'll reply Da. Now that intonation of the Da determines whether yes or no. But that was the mantra. Any word which originates from the consciousness and it is recognized that the origin of that word is from the consciousness, in that word there is a mantra Shakti manifest. Shabda Shakti Achintyatvat Shabda Deva Parokshadhi Sushupto Purusho Yadvat Shabde Nevanu Buddhite. The mantra Shakti, Shabda Shakti is Achintyatvad, is unparalleled. Example, Sushuptaha Purushaha Yadvat. If somebody is sleeping, he may not be listening to anything, but if we call him by his name, he immediately wakes up. Are you talking about me? How that word he heard? And therefore, Shabda Shakti is Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesh. So when the student listens Shrotriya Brahmanishta from such a teacher, when the disciple equally capable, when he listens Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesh, he is bound to discover his essential nature. Therefore, Vidya Sharira, the essential nature of the knowledge is non-dual absolute reality, and Sa Satta, that is the absolute reality, that is the pure existence. And this is the mantranam rahasyam. This is the secret of the mantra. So what is the complete meaning of this mantra now? Vidya Sharira Satta Mantra Rahasyam. As I told you, when the meaning of the word terminates in I, then it is clearly understood. See? Like we all have our different names. We call somebody by that name. When we call that person by that person never thinks in terms of the meaning of the word. There was one girl, her name was Meenakshi. Our NRI in USA. So when she came to India, young girl, at say 8th or 9th standard, she said, Swamiji, what is the meaning of my name Meenakshi? Nobody tells me. Everybody calls me Minu Minu. But I am not mean. So what is the meaning of Meenakshi? I say Meenakshi means fishy-eyed. From that day onward, she wanted to change her name. No, my eyes are not like a fish, they are beautiful. So when somebody is addressed by his or her name, his understanding is not the meaning of the word. See? Otherwise, somebody's name is Radha, and you say Radha, Krishna, Krishna. No. See? The very essence of the Radha is lost. See? Therefore, this is mantranam rahasya. This is the secret of all the mantras. Sarve varnatmika mantraha. Sarve mantraha varnatmaka. All the mantras have the letters. A, A, I, I, U, U, A, I, O, O, Aha. Ka, Ka, Ga, Cha, Cha, Ja, Ja, Ta, Ta, Da, Da, Ta, Ta, Da, Da, Na, Pa, 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 Ma, Yara, Lava, Saksha, Hara, Ksha, Nya. 52 of them. And 50 are accepted. And this is what this mantra rasam, I'll give one picture that will make it very clear. You all must have seen Kali Mata picture and also statue. How is that Kali Mata? She is standing, blue body, and then she is standing on Lord Shiva, and then her tongue is out, and there is a Munda Mala, the heads are there, they are 50 in number. And in one hand, there is one head, other hand is another Khadga. He is standing like this. How horrible. She is not horrible. It is a complete expression, depiction of entire wisdom, complete knowledge. What is that? The Shakti the potentiality of Shiva, when she becomes manifest, Shiva is subordinate. He is not seen. Like when the wife takes over, husband is in the kitchen. What a practical example. So, the Kali Mata is the potentiality, Shakti of Shiva. So when she becomes manifest, Shiva is grounded. He is not grounded, he is the substratum on which she is standing. 2. Tongue comes out. Tongue is the organ of speech. And from the tongue what comes out? This 50-lettered Varnamala. A, A, I, I, U, U, E, O. And then there is Anuswar. See? And there is a Khadga. So whenever we talk of differences and destruction. And this all is abiding in this Shakti, the potentiality, the mantra rahasya. This is the mantra rahasya. See? Therefore, Vidya Sharira Satta Mantra Rahasyam. Now, which are those letters? The amount of exhaustive descriptions given in this Shastra is amazing. See? First, the letter A, I am not reading Sanskrit, it is too big. The letter A is the first one, it is called as Anuttara. Anuttara means before this there is nothing, everything is after. Aksharanam Akarosmi, Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter. Among all the letters I am Akar. And A is effortless sound created. Therefore, any other sound you create, you require efforts. U, B. He who doesn't have teeth, you ask him, say tabla, abla. Because when there are no teeth, you cannot say the dantya. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. Try to say without touching your tongue to the teeth. Don't touch your tongue to the teeth and say ta. No, don't touch. So, Aksharanam Akarosmi. All the subsequent letters are the modification of this A. See? And when, therefore, in Omkar, in Om, we start from Kantya, the A, then the A becomes modified into the whole Varnamala, and it concludes in Ma. Labials are the Oshtha are Pa, Pa, Ba, Bha, Ma. Every time your lips must touch together. So we start from A and end in Ma. This is the only area where all letters are born. And this is possible only if life is pulsating. Therefore, Akara. And then, when one is thus able to withdraw from all the letters and come to the source of all letters. So what is the source of all letters is A. And how the A is produced when we come to the beginning of the A. That state is called as the Bindu. Bindu Nada Kala. Bindu is the beginning. Nada is the expression of the sound. Kala is the forms of the letters. So Bindu Nada Kala Tita. So Kala is the external most. We write Ka. And Nada is in the mouth. Ka. And it begins from the If you write ka, halanta, you can't pronounce it. Therefore, every consonant must be added with a vowel, then only you can pronounce it. Therefore, they say kakar, hakar, ukar, makar, because you can't pronounce that particular consonant without the addition of the swara or the vowel. In this manner, A is the beginning, from there the bindu drop comes and thereafter the kala comes. And that is why when you chant Om, where you experience the culmination of the sound, there and that you are. See? That is why, in every religion there is a bell. Tan. Follow the depth of the sound. When the sound becomes so feeble, ultimately it disappears. Reach there. Mantranam rahasya. This is the gross understanding. And when we say Sri Ram, that in which we revel is Ram. We revel in our own blissful self. That is the Ram. See? Vidya, Sharira, Satta, Mantra, Rahasya. The secret of mantra is this, that we must reach that point where from it begins and where it culminates. Sri Krishna. Then it is said that there are many verses. In short, I will tell you how all the letters are included in these 8 places. There are in our Tripura Rahasya, we have seen the other day, the concluding session. Hemachud, after having got instruction from his wife, he went in a very quiet place, climbed the tall building and went on the 9th floor. That was very important. Navama Bhumika. And from there he started looking around and started contemplation. How can I be the body? How can I be the possessions, etc. So his contemplation began when he went on the 9th floor. What is the 9th floor? Here is the 9th floor. The first floor is A Varga. All the alphabets of the, all the swara, vowels. A, I, I, U, A, I, Ru, Lu, Lu, A, I, O, A. Then second is the Ka Varga, Ka, Ka, Ga, Ga. Third is the Cha Varga, Cha, Cha, Ja, Ja. Fourth is the Ta Varga, Ta, Ta, Da, Da, Na. Fifth is the Ta Varga, Ta, Tha, Da, Tha, Na. Sixth is the Pa Varga, Pa, 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 Ma. Seventh is the Ya Varga, Yara, Lava. Eighth is the Sha Varga, Sha, Sha, Sa, Ha. These are the 8. And the Ksha is included sometimes and not included other times. So these 8 Vargas, these in the language of Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti ashtadha 8. So this Hemachud went on the 9th floor. That means He has gone beyond the limitations of the Ashtadha Prakriti. See? Then only thinking is possible. Then only contemplation is possible. And this is what we have been telling you a number of times. When you sit for meditation as a husband, wife will come and tell you wash dishes. When you sit for meditation as a father, your son will come and ask for the car's key. And I don't want to give you. See, the moment you become somebody, you are in the Ashtadha Prakriti. But when you go to the 9th floor, meaning when you are remaining as Mr. Nobody, that is the 9th floor. And in the nobody state, alone you can contemplate on your essential nature. See? A person who has terrible hunger, he sits for meditation. What will be his contemplation? When the bell will go, oh God, what they have cooked today? What is happening? Meditation. Somebody is having high BP and sitting for meditation. And ultimately when he looks around, everybody is sleeping. Slowly gets up and goes. Why? Relief. See, till we are caught up in this Ashtadha Prakriti, we can never be contemplative and we can never be subjective. See, so these are the Matruka. And then there are 5 types of mantras. The Sadyojada, Tatpurusha, Ishana, Vamadeva and Aghora. In the Shiva Archana, these are the mantras which are used. And in this manner, this all Varnamala is spread over our complete system in the form of the Kundalini Shakti. See, those who know the Kundalini Shakti, little bit of it. At the base is the serpentine power, which is coiled 3.5 times and dormant. That state is the Mooladhara Chakra. Then next one is the Swadhisthana. Next one is the Manipur. And then comes the Anahata. And in each of the chakras, there are petals, flowers, and on each flower there is an alphabet. For example, if you take, the Anahat Chakra. On Anahat Chakra there are 12 petals. And on those 12 petals there are 12 alphabets. Which are those? Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Cha, Cha, Ja, Ja, Ya, Ta, Tha. 12 of them. It starts from Ka and ends in Tha. Therefore, it is called as Katha Upanishad, Kathopanishad. Because in that Upanishad, the truth is revealed. Angushta Matra Purushaha Madhye Atmani Tishtati Ishano Bhuta Bhavyasya Natato Yugupsate. So, Paramatma is revealed in the Anahata Chakra. And the process of purification of or opening of these petals is when you are chanting whatever mantra. First of all, you chant a mantra focusing your total attention on, let us take Mooladhara. When that chakra opens up, then you go to the Swadhisthana. There you go on hammering that mantra by the spandana constantly. And in this manner, each chakra starts opening. This is the normal meaning understood by most of the people. But chakra bheda, bheda is rahasya. Here is the word rahasya. Bheda is not breaking and opening. What is the mantra rahasya? What is the chakra bheda rahasya? Secret. The secret is in Mooladhara, where we are seated at the base of the spine, we are identified with the body. This is the secret. Unless that chakra opens, means unless body identification is given up, you have no entry in the Swadhisthana chakra. Swadhisthana chakra is kamana, desire. As long as you are identified with the body, you are bound to have desires about this world. So the secret of the Swadhisthana chakra is this. The kamana, the desires overpower us. And therefore, friends, all the spiritual practice is prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmannevatmana tushtaha stita prajnastadochyate. If we have any kind of desires in our heart, our wisdom cannot be steady. Yada sarve pramuchyante kama yasya hridishritaha atha martyaha amruto bhavati atra brahma samashnute. He who is living at zero desire level, he is established in the truth now and here. Na tasya prana utkramanti. He does not leave his body. He doesn't have to go anywhere. See? Like, there is a word in Bhagavad Gita, Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Bhrashto Bijayate. There is a possibility, incompleteness and failure and fall for the yogi, Yoga Bhrashta. Not for the Jnani. Jnani tu Atma eva me matam, Bhagavad Gita says. Therefore, unless we are established in our essential self, our mantras and rahasya we have not understood. Therefore, when Swadhisthana chakra bheda, when we have opened the secret of the Swadhisthana chakra, it means we live under zero desires. See? Bhagavad Gita tells, Sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshata. Not one sankalpa. Asheshata, exhaustively, completely, fully. See? Then we come to the Manipur chakra. The secret of the Manipur chakra bheda is greed. We have to draw a line thus far enough. There is a beautiful story I read. There was a king and he had an intelligent minister. And they were moving around. And in their garden, there was one gardener. And he was very cheerfully humming and doing his work, very happy. So the king asked that gardener, "Hey, how are you?" "Sir, I am absolutely happy. Everything is fantastic. It can't be better than this." Very cheerfully. And when this happened, then the king went and called the minister. "This fellow, he has nothing. He is so happy. How come I have got so many things, I am still not happy? What is the reason?" Minister said, "Sir, because he is not the member of our club." What is our club? Our club is 99. What is this 99 club? You don't know? We are all the members of the 99 club. No, I don't know. Okay, we'll do one thing. Tonight, when he goes to sleep, outside his small house, we'll keep a bag of $99, let us say. And just keep it there and just watch next day. You don't have to go there, don't worry about it. Next day, that poor man gets up, open the door. Oh, money. Opens, goes inside the house. And God, God, you are really great. And close everything. Don't come anybody. Started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 90, 91, 90, 97, 98, 99, 99. It should have been 100, I think there is something wrong in my calculation. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's some mistake somewhere. Anyway, I'll work hard and make it 100. From next day onwards, all the devotees, I have to work hard, overtime, I must do this job, that job, I make it 100. After 1 month, the king again went, how are you? I'm all right, but I have to work hard, Why? No, without working hard, you can't get complete things in life. Then the minister said, now he has joined your club. This is the Manipur chakra. Greed has no end. I want this mind, this mind, this mind. There is no end to this. See, when Bhagavad Gita says, Trividham narakassedam dwaram nashanam atmanaha काम क्रोधस तथा लोभः काम क्रोधस तथा लोभः तस्मात् एतत्त्रयं त्यजेत्. When we are living in the lower three chakras, we are entering one of the gateways of hell. Trividham narakassedam dwaram nashanam atmanaha. See, one child asked me this question, Swamiji, there are three gateways to hell. How many for the heaven? I said, only one. Why? Because there is a rush in the hell. Therefore, three counters are not enough. In heaven, hardly anybody goes. Only one is enough. See? We all live under this influence of the three chakras, identified with the body, caught up in the Mooladhara. Life is nothing but fulfilling the desires, never recognizing that fulfillment of desire never leads to fulfillment in life. And therefore, greed has no end. Our life is caught up in the lower three chakras. Those who rise above them, they come to the Anahata chakra. Now when they come to the Anahata chakra, here the world is no more disturbance. Nothing in this world disturbs. See? Then the only concern is, who am I? And when the seeker thus sits quiet, yet the thoughts are bubbling. See? And yet none of the thought ever disturbs. When the I does not support or does not oppose any thought, then the thoughts start dying away. Either we support or we oppose. Don't react to any thought. Because every I thought gathers its fatness from the not I thought. More the thoughts that we entertain, fatter is the I thought. And when this I thought is giving importance to the not I thought, then only they become powerful. It is something like your children. If you give importance to the child, you are discussing elderly people, that useless child comes and he wants his importance. So if you give importance, you cannot work. If you scold, he starts crying and throwing tantrums, you can't work. What will you do with such a child? Remain indifferent. Neither appreciate nor condemn. When the child knows that I am not wanted over here, after 5 minutes, the child goes away. Exactly the same thing to be done with our mind and the thoughts. So when we are sitting quiet, we have already crossed the three barriers and come to the Anahata chakra. Let there be any kind of thought, we are not going to entertain. Because now I am nobody, but I had to take wife to the hospital. Whose wife? Nobody. Slowly, all the not I thoughts, they will start becoming weakling because they are not supported. And in this manner, when the I thought does not have the not I thoughts for feeding, then what happens? The thought component of the I disappears. And the thought-free I alone remains. That thought-free I is Vishuddha Chakra. That is Atma Khyati. That is recognition of the pure self. Then we have entered the Vishuddha Chakra. This Vishuddha Chakra sthiti is like a lamp kept in a corner away from the gush of the air. The flame remains absolutely steady. See, yatha nivatastha deepaha nengate upama smrita. This is the upma, this is the simile given. When the lamp is kept in a corner, nivatastaha, no more air gush, it remains steady. It has got all the potentiality to flicker. It is not a tube light. It has got all the potentiality to flicker. Because there is no air of I or the desire, it remains steady. This state is the Vishuddha Chakra. Here, any moment we can fall back to the world. Here, all these siddhis start appearing. We say something, things happen. We help somebody, it comes true. And then we become Babaji. Beta, tumhara bhala hoga. And hota hai, it's not nahi hota. It happens. But then you are caught up. See, friends, doing bad to the world is less detrimental than struggling to do good to the world. See, friends, a person who is a drunkard is likely to improve. How will he improve? By giving up drinking. But a person who gets up early in the morning, takes bath and does meditation, and who can improve him? Come to a stagnation. Then comparison. We are not like other people. Get up in the morning, directly with the nightie, without even taking bath, go to the kitchen and ram, 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 ram. In our house, unless at 4 o'clock everybody gets up, takes bath, and then with the Gomudra, we go and sprinkle everywhere throughout the house. And then we bring the cow dung, and our gas we smear with it. Dharma Shastra. And then we do the puja of that. You may not be knowing I have gone through all that. Many places we go, we have to hear all the kirtan. See? And then, therefore, holier than thou. When this bhava comes in our heart, we are holier than thou. It is the highest fall on the spiritual path. See, friends. This is what happened to Ashtavakra's, story. When Ashtavakra happened to go to the palace of this Janaka Raja, there, when all people started laughing at him, he also started laughing equally loudly. So the king was surprised. He said, I can understand why these wise people are laughing at you, but why are you laughing? He said, they are laughing because of that I am laughing. Why? No, I thought I have come to the assembly of the wise people, but here are all cobblers. They are looking at my body and laughing. They are not looking at me. Then he says, when the room is round, the space doesn't become round. When the room is triangular, the space doesn't become triangular. When the room breaks, nothing happens to the space. That I am. And what you are seeing is not me. And therefore, you call these people wise. And therefore, I was laughing on you. To the fools you are calling wise. Understood? See, friends. So, Vishuddha Chakra having entered, before we fall, get caught up in these various kinds of siddhis, then contemplation begins. Is this self one per head, or the one self expressing through all the heads? When this happens, then there is the Vishuddha Chakra Bheda, the secret of the Vishuddha Chakra is opened and one enters to the Agya Chakra. See? When one enters to the Agya Chakra, then the experience is Aham Brahmasmi. It is I alone whose potentiality is creating an illusion of totality. See? Like I alone is the tongue, I alone is the nose, I alone is the stomach, I alone is the foot, I alone is the health, I alone is the disease. There are differences, but there is no differentiation on account of the differences in me. I continue to be a homogeneous, undivided being. The same experience is further extended, and the multiplicity of this world makes no difference. Then we have entered this Agya Chakra. See? This is the secret of the Vidya Sharira. The meaning of the mantra is this secret. Vidya Sharira Satta Mantra Rahasyam. And therefore, every time we chant the mantra, we must come back immediately to the own self. Come back. See? That is what in the morning meditation we have attempted. When we were doing pranayam, I was born. When we stopped, breathing was going on. The moment breathing was happening, I disappeared because there was no pranayam. When we do pranayam, we count how many more, another 20, okay, 1, 2, 3. But do we get tired? Hey man, I have been breathing for so many years, now I won't breathe. Because pranayam is done, breathing happens. And when we remain aware of only breathing, we remain in the utter present. I disappears. See friends, this is how these are the different aspects of this Kundalini Shakti Jagrati. This is one way of looking at the truth. The other way of looking at the truth is we start from the manifestation and we go to the unmanifest. What we have done now, we started from the unmanifest and we started going to the absolute. Now from the Mooladhar which started and ended up in the Swadhisthana and then Sahasrar and disappeared in the absolute. Now we will start from where we are again Mantra Shakti and dissolve in the absolute self. What is that? How is that? Is our topic in the next talk. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.